Morning all, Paz here. I'm hitting the canning for a couple of hours on sunrise, fishing soft plastics. Fresh from breaking the curse on my Veritas rod, I found a brief gap in my work and family schedule to have a quick fish. I couldn't be gone long, so I decided to hit my local, the Canning River. I have a couple of spots in mind, so I threw some plastics in my bag, grabbed my rod and headed down at sunrise. This week's Snapshot, a quick lure session in a couple of spots on the Canning, and try to land a fish in the short time I have. I started on the jetty, rigging up a Nomad live ops grub. As the sun rose, it became apparent that peace and quiet wasn't happening.
The annual seagull convention in the corner over there. How's the Serenity? Got a couple of places I want to try today. I'll spend the next hour and a bit fishing around this area up until the point there, and then I'll go to my other location, which is a bit closer to the bridge where I fished on my kayak previously. I don't usually flick lures from the banks of the Canning, but I figured it'd be time to try something a bit different. Not anticipating great things. I brought a mixture of lures. I started with a grub, but I might switch to a swim or another live ops, maybe even the jerk squid, considering that seems to be pretty good for flathead. But I'm going a bit more generalist today. Downsize my hooks a little bit, light a jig head, just to flick around and see if I can get anything. Brim, flathead, mulloway maybe, but yeah, we'll see how we go. I'm not anticipating great things, but it's a good way to spend a Sunday morning.
Not a single touch on the grub, so I decided to change profile. Given my short session time, I changed to my go-to plastic for the Canning River, the ZMan Slim SwimZ in watermelon red colour. I've caught heaps of fish with the Slim SwimZ, and although new plastics come and go, the 2.5 inch paddle tail has been a mainstay of my lure bag. It just keeps catching fish. When fishing for multiple species, I vary my retrieval speed, although on average it's slower than when I target flathead. I also turn my jerks and rips into slower lifts and twitches, with plenty of pauses. I work my way along the beach, casting into likely areas. As I moved closer to the point, I saw some activity.
This is a jumping mullet. I do love this area. I grew up fishing this part of the river. Obviously it was a bit easier when I was a kid. I didn't really make the move to lure fishing until I grew up. Well, in body, if not in mind. But it's always a tick of nostalgia whenever I come and fish this part of the Canning. Carry up the point. Got all this moving water past here. Try and cast near the pylons. Just to see if there's anything around. And if there's nothing here, I'll move to my second spot.
The submerged pylons of the old convict fence offered great places for fish to hide. I thought I'd be able to nab a brim, if anything, but it was not to be.
Got one. Thought I could snag that for a second. I'm walking towards the ramp. There might be a flathead. I've been wrong before. Get around that rock. Whoa! Do I have to tighten the drag on this thing? It's a decent sized flathead.
It's a good thing the ramp was nearby. I didn't relish the idea of trying to lead or lift this fish up the wall.
You came by just the right time. Flathead. Yep. Alright. Let's get you up on that grass, eh? He's doing all sorts of backflips, isn't he? Look at that, he's absolutely scoffed it. Especially on the outside of his mouth. That's going to be a plier job. There we go. Check that out. Lovely flathead. Be about 32, 33 maybe. Although my radar could be off. I'll give him a measure. Oh no, I was wrong. 39. Wow, I was way off. Alright. Let's let him go.
Yet again, the Slim Swims come through.
Get his bearings. There he goes. Epic.
Unfortunately, the rain set in before I can continue casting, so I headed back to switch spots.
Okay, you can't see it, but it is raining. I am heading back to the car. I do have a rain jacket, but guess where it is? Yep, it's in the bloody car. That's organisation for you. That's alright. I'll turn the camera back on when I'm at my next spot.
Despite me covering a fair bit of ground, my session ended uneventfully.
I'm going to get out of here, otherwise I'll get eaten alive.
A couple of touches, but nothing else. Still, I was able to get on a flathead in the canning, and I owe it all to the Slim Swims. We all have our favourites, of course. What's your go-to lure for the Swan? Comment them below, I'd love to hear it. Snapshot complete.
It's time for me to go home and meet up with family. I set out to catch a fish on lures in the canning, and I did that, which is great. I suppose the next step is to catch multiple fish of different species and all that kind of stuff. Anyway, thanks for coming along with us. I'll see you in the next one. This is Paz, saying fair winds, tight lines. Cheers.